I would have bet money that spring clamps had gone about as far as they were gonna, but then along comes Rockler with their Bandy clamp and things are different again. But this time things got better. Rather than trying to reinvent the wheel, Rockler spent their time trying to make this clamp easy to use and functional. And to ensure its durability, they use a high-strength nylon and have the jaws reinforced internally. The handles are shaped to be comfortable and easy to use, and have this rubber overmold that makes them very slip-resistant and even a little more comfortable. The holding pressure is generated by this coil spring inside the handle. And they made the pivot point so it's going to be really difficult to pinch yourself. And while the spring generates quite a bit of pressure, the jaws are webbed internally to make sure that they stay rigid. And to prevent slipping, the jaws have a non-marring, grippy rubber surface to them. Both of the contact pads swivel so you get a better grip on materials that aren't parallel to each other. But the real standout feature is this soft, grippy rubber band between the jaws. The band is long enough that you can open the jaws fully. But the band is short enough that it gets a very good grip on materials, as I was about to see when I was setting up for this next shot. I needed to cut down a piece of the edging for the next shot, and I didn't have my vise available, so I got to use the Bandy clamps in real time and found out how tough they are at the same time. I just picked it up and stuck it on the wood, and I was ready to cut the piece down. And I was more than a little surprised at how well the Bandy clamps held that piece while I was cutting it. Now I have a bunch of those old 3-jaw edge clamps, but none of them work any better than this, and I can put all of these on before I can get one of those other jaws adjusted. And right here I was thinking, well, this can't be aligned yet, but it was. Rockler got the thickness of this band just right because it conforms to the surfaces very well without a lot of pressure being applied. If the edging is the same thickness as the wood you're working with, the Bandy clamp aligns it perfectly and does it right away. And that's me checking again because I didn't think it could line it up that quick. Remember all the fun we used to have trying to get a piece of dowel centered underneath the pipe clamps? Yes, the Bandy clamps hold the dowel right too and can use both hands to put your pipe clamp on. It's getting obvious to me that the biggest problem you're going to have when you buy the Bandy clamps is figuring out all the uses for them. Need to make a quick temporary vise? All you got to do is whip out a couple of Bandy clamps and you're all ready to go. Remember this one because you might not be using these kind of clamps as much after you get the Bandy clamps. Need to hold a cord out of the way while you're working on a piece of wood? Nothing to it. Does your power tool keep unplugging itself? Not a problem. And this can make your power tool reach a whole bunch farther also. I'm going to end this review now because I keep finding different ways to use the Bandy clamps. Now it's your turn to get some and make your life easier.